Let us begin the new unit. The girls who were not there, please listen to me. Only the important lessons I will do. I have to quit a few lessons because your exams have been preponed to Ramadan, right? So we only have one teaching week. After this one teaching week, I will do revision with you. All right? One more week, what you have, we will revision. So 1 week is for your lessons and 1 week for revision. So I will just try to briefly do a few lessons from these, from chapter number 8, and we'll finish up. So lesson number 1, that is solve problems involving scale drawing. Girls, normally if I want to draw, if I want to make a big house, I cannot draw the same big house on the paper. I have to cut short the, like example of inches, I can, in the scale on the paper it is inches, but really it represents to feet. It represents to feet. For that, you need to know the proportions, what we have studied in in term 1 about the proportions. So let us first do the, what do you call, as example, and then we'll start with the try it.
How can you use scale drawings and proportional relationships to calculate actual measurements? Think about this question during the lesson. The island in the blueprint is 6.
Now girls, the island is here in the blueprint. When I say blueprint, what does that mean? That means I am drawing a sketch of island onto the paper. Now actually 0 to 6 inch. Is your island so small? Yes, Judy, is your island so small? 6 inches?
Yes.
Your island in real, where you want to go, is not this small, but you have a scale here, you have a ruler here of 6 inches. So every 1 inch means 1.5 feet. 1.5 feet. So 6 inches. Again, proportions you have to do. Remember, if 1 inch is 1.5 feet, so 6 inches, how much? What did I say you? This you're gonna multiply, divide, always I taught you. This you're gonna divide and this you're gonna multiply. Do you remember these rules, everyone? 1 inch is 5 feet. So 6 inches, how much? This is division, this is multiplication. So 1.5 times 6, if I go, I get something. Like example, if I are using calculator, 1.5 times 6. So I have 90. I have 90. So my actual, the measurement of the island is 90 inches. Very simple questions, girls. That means if I give you this question and this picture in the exam, and if I ask you for 1 inch, it is 1.5 feet. For 6 inch, it is how much? It is 6 times 1.5.
6 inches long. What is the actual length of the island in the kitchen? A scale drawing is an enlarged or reduced drawing of an object that is proportional to the actual object. Here is one way to solve the problem. Use a double number line to represent the scale drawing length and the actual length. The scale is 1 inch for the blueprint, is equivalent to 1 5/10 feet for the actual kitchen. This means that as the number line for the blueprint increases by 1 inch, the number line for the actual kitchen increases by 1 5/10 feet.
So girls, if they ask you for 3, you will multiply 3 times 1.5. If they ask you for 4, you will multiply 4 times 1.5. So you'll get 6. For this number, you'll get 7.5. For 6, you will get 9. So did you get this?
Yes.
As shown by the number lines, what is the actual length of the island in the kitchen?
Select your answer.
Tell me, girls, for 6 inches, what is your answer? It is 9 feet. Okay, it's
The
feet. Understood, girls?
Yes.
double number line shows that a length of 6 inches on the blueprint represents an actual length of 9 feet. Another way to solve the problem is to use a proportion to find the actual length, x.
I feel this is easy. 1 inch is 1.5 feet. So 6 inches, how much?
Of the island. Use the scale to write the proportion. 1 inch on the blueprint equals 1 5/10 feet on the actual kitchen. Divide both sides of the equation by 1 inch to show the ratio 1 5/10 feet to 1 inch. This ratio will be the constant scale factor for all lengths in the drawing to the actual lengths. Write the scale factor on one side of the proportion. The other side is the ratio of x, the actual length of the island, to 6 inches, the length of the island in the blueprint. Make sure to write the ratio in the same order as the scale factor. Solve the equation by multiplying both sides by 6. The actual length of the island.
Guys, you all follow what I have said you. Just multiply with 6, how I have shown you. I wrote it here, I'm showing you, and you will get the correct answer. All right? Now, what is the actual width of the island if the width of the drawing is 2.5 inches? Girls, if you go with this method, you will really get confused. Just look here. Okay, just look here. What did I teach you? 1 inch was how many feet? 1.5 feet. So they are asking you about 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. So what did I say you? This divide and this multiply. So when I multiply 1.5 to 2.5, I have my calculator here. When I multiply 1.5 to 2.5, my answer is 3.75. What is my answer? 3.75. All right, and here, one second, girls. Let me just put our own. Okay, what they will do is there's just 1.5. They will write here 1, and W they will write here 2.5, and they'll multiply both sides with 2.5. They'll multiply both sides with 2.5, 2.5, and 2.5, and here it is 1, and it is nothing but 3.75. The answer is 3.75 feet. It has to be actually feet square. I don't know why feet. Did you understand? Just go with this way, girls. Please just follow this way. That is enough. You multiply finally 1.5 to 2.5 and you get 3.75. This is where you have to know. All this you don't need to know. Okay, but you need to write in your book. You have to write in your book. Don't write the sample answer, just write on this. Any questions you have? Did you understand this? This is not at all tough, girls. This is an easy lesson. Just proportions. This much is this much, so how much is the other one? That's it. Anyone has any question?
No.
Girls. Example 2. Okay. What is the area in square yards?
What is the area in square yards of the deck represented by the scale drawing?
Okay. Select each length in the scale. They are asking you area of the square yard. Area, okay? First, you must know the area of a rectangle. What is the area formula? The formula of area is equals length times width, okay? So that is, what is the length here, girls? 16. And what is the width here? The width is 8. What is 16 times 8? Anyone? What is 16 times 8? 8 times 6 is 48. 128. So I get 128 centimeters square. I get as 128 centimeters. I got 128 centimeters square. Now, girls, 1 centimeter is 2 yards. They are giving you 1 centimeter is how many yards? 1 cm. 1 cm equals 2 yards. So 128 cm will be how much? Simple. You need to multiply because I said this is division. 2 over 1 is 2, and then you have 2 times. Again, girls, proportionality. 1 centimeter is 2 yards. 128 centimeter is how much? That is 128 times 2. That is 6. 5. And here 256 centimeters square. 256 centimeters square will be the answer. Any question? Noor, Judy, Miral, did you understand this? Area is that you multiply 8 times 16. See, Zishan. What is the meaning of area? You'll multiply the length and the width. When I multiply, I get centimeter, but I don't want in centimeter. I want to see in yards. So I changed the centimeter to yard. 1 centimeter is 2 yards. So 128 centimeter is, sorry, this one will be 1 centimeter is 2 yards. So 128 centimeter will be 128 times 2. 128 times 2, that is 256, I think. 256 yards. Did you copy it, girls? Just change the centimeter square to yards here, please.
Yes.
Okay, let us see how did they do it. See, the actual length is 32 yards. The actual width is 16 yards. If you multiply, okay, girls, they have done in a different way. They changed the centimeter to yards. What is the 16? Oh, it's not 16 centimeter. Girls, wait a minute. This is not 16 centimeter. They have already, yeah, 16 centimeter. So in the question, they told us Just change the length. They told us to change the length. They did not ask us to change the width. 32 and 16. Wait a minute, girls. Come back to this question again. Please erase the one which we have written. I request, please erase the one we have written. This is example 2, right? Just cut down the one we have written. Wait a minute. That's it. It's already given here, but as this is an example, you don't even have to solve it. They have given here the length is how many? 8 centimeter. I need to change it into yards. How did I change the centimeter to yards? 1 centimeter equal 2 yards. It's this way, girls. 1 centimeter, 1 cm equals 2 yards. So 8 centimeter is how many? How much? So it will be 8 times 2. It will be 8 times 2. 8 times 2 equals 16 yard. So this year, girls, you got 16 instead of 8 because it is double. You got 16 instead of 8 when you are saying about yards. And here you will get 32 yards because here again I'll multiply with 2. Why am I multiplying with 2? Because 1 centimeter is 2 yards. So 16 centimeter will be 16 times 2, 32. Now I got 16 and 32. Now what is the area? Now they ask you to form the area. That is length times W. W, length W. So what is the length? 32. And what is the width? 16. When I multiply both, I got 512. So the actual area of the decks is 512 square yards. This is how we are doing it, girls. This is the example. Now come to leave the example 3. Directly we'll come to try it. Example 3 and try it. We'll directly go to try it.
Students are recreating a landscape drawing for a mural. The length of the drawing is 10 inches. The height is 8 inches. And the scale of the drawing to the actual landscape is 1 inch equals 4 feet.
Okay. The length is 10 inches, okay? And they want the length of the drawing on the mural to be 80 inches. Oh my God.
The students want the length of the drawing on the mural to be 80 inches. What will be the new scale and the height of the drawing on the mural? Begin by looking for relationships. What is the scale factor, K, that relates the actual lengths to the lengths in the scale drawing?
Now let me change this. If it is 1 inch is 10 feet, 4 feet, 1 inch equals 4 feet. So how much is 10 inch? 10 times 4, it will be 10 times 4, that is equals to 40 feet. Okay, this is one thing I got here. Instead of 10, I got here 40 feet. And same thing, instead of 8, 1 inch is 10 feet. It's given 4 feet. 1 inch is 4 feet. So how much is 8 inch? 8 inch will be 4 times 8, that is 4 times 8, that equals to 32. This is what I got till now. Okay, instead of 10 I got 40, instead of 8 I got 32. Now next we'll see what to do.
Or 4 feet or K from
Okay,
L is 8 inches. Write a proportion to find the scale factor.
I have explained you how I got 40. I multiply with 4. And I told you how I got height. I got multiply again with 4 to 8. I got 32. Now, what did they ask? They want actually the length to be 80 inches.
The ratio of the length of the actual landscape to the length of the mural, or 40 feet to 80 feet.
So if it is 40 feet is 80 inches. Okay, 40 feet is 80 inches. So 1 inch is how much?
Is equal to the scale factor 2. The shape.
It is 0.5. If I divide and I multiply, I get as 0.5. Again, girls, this one is the toughest.
Now 4. The dimensions.
I will directly go to try it after this. Here. The scale drawing shown represent as existing barn. The shortest side of the barn measures 150 meters. If a new barn that is 2/3 its size replaces the existing barn, what will be the scale of the drawing to the new barn? Very clearly, girls, the scale of the drawing represent an existing barn. This is an existing, okay? The shortest side of the barn measures 150 meters. Which is the shortest side? So 10 inches is 150 meters. 10 inches equals to 150 meters. And if a new barn that is 2/3 its size, what will the scale of the drawing? Okay. So first of all, 2/3 of its size. What is the size of the new barn? Here. Give me a moment, girls. Yeah, no. Where is it? The scale drawing shown represent an existing barn. The shortest side of the barn measures 150 meters. That is 10 inches is 150 meters. 10 inches. 10 inches equals 150 meters. 150 meters. So if a new barn is 2/3 of its size, replaces the existing barn, what is of the new barn? Okay, this is the size of the old barn. Then let me calculate and explain you here. Please, any one of you tell me in this barn, which is the shortest side, the length or the width? The length or the width? The width is the shortest, the 10 inches shortest. So 10 inches, if it shows 150 meters, so 1 inch shows how much? 1 inch shows 150 divided by over 10, that is equals to 15 meters. Now, the question is 2/3 of its size. So 2/3 of, what is 2/3 of 150? Sorry, 2/3 of 15. When I divide 150 over 10, I get as, when I divide 150 divided by 10, I get as 15 meters. And they ask you 2/3 of the old one. So what is 2/3 of 15? 2 over 3 times 15. If you multiply this, you get 10 meters. This is what your answer. That 1 inch is 10 meters. 2/3 of 15, you divide 2 divided by 3, you get 0.66. And if you multiply with 15, you get as 10 meters. Now I'll continue this after 5 minutes. I mean, I will continue this in next class tomorrow, and let us finish till here. Any questions in this one? Simple here. 150 meters is 10 inches. So 1 inch is how much? I get 15 meters. They ask you 2/3 of the existing barn. So 2/3 of 15 equals 10 meters. So 1 inch is 10 meters and the new barn. That's it. See you after 5 minutes in science class.